Hi, good morning. I'm just going to go over some of these whiskey sippers, have a look at them before they're fired, and then we can see now that the results have come out quite well. We've got little 18 karat gold lustre on them. I try and put a little bit of a detail on these little things, so they've come out really nice. Here we go. Okay, let's take a look at these earthenware pieces. These seem to have come out okay. I was a bit worried about the different earthenware sort of not sticking to the red earthenware, you know, for shrinkage, but it appears that it's not flaking off at all, which is quite good. These are little whiskey sippers. They're alright. What I have to make sure is that when with these slips applied, you have to dust them off. This is an old makeup brush, one of my daughter's old makeup brushes, and I just give them a dusting off with this. Otherwise they crawl, the glaze will crawl. I mean, it still might crawl because these are tests, but you have to do everything you can to eliminate any problems that you might foresee. The taller little mini vases, they come out okay. So what I'm going to glaze them with is, this is just a basic earthenware one here, and this is earthenware with 2% dolomite, and that one is earthenware with 2% iron, which will give it a hopefully it'll give it a honey glaze. So I'm just going to glaze these up now and then get them back in the kiln when they're dry tomorrow. Right, so these are 1.5 kilo balls of clay. Got my finger caught in there then. Excuse me sniffing. Chemo gives you a runny nose apparently. You can't stop. So I do apologise in advance for sniffing. Hard to wipe your nose with hands covered in clay. I'm just going to open out this plate. I've never really had trouble with throwing plates. It's always come quite easily to me, although this video might prove differently. We'll see. I'm just checking the base for this now because I'm not actually going to turn a foot ring on these. I'm just going to trim the corner and just leave them flat. Now I need them to be 10 inch, which is not far off. And the reason for that is that my kiln shelves are, in my kiln, it's 24 inches wide. So to allow me a bit of leeway, I can get 4 of these on a shelf. It's a circular kiln. So I can get 4 of these on a shelf, which is economical. I mean, these are things, if you're a professional potter, which I like to think I am, you have to be aware of costs. Now sometimes I'll push that a little bit, but you have to be aware of these things. So I make these 10 inches so I can fit 4 on a shelf rather than 3. So if you've got 8 shelves in your kiln, that's another 8 plates you can get in at 30 odd quid a piece. It's £240 or whatever it is, do the math. On each firing. So things to think of when you're making a living out of this job, or trying to make a living. Also I'm compressing the base quite well. thicken up this rim as well, just a little bit, compress it. Right, so run this rib over it again to get rid of the slurry. So what I'm going to do on this is put some black slip on. What I've got here is, this is a bought black slip. It's a decorated slip, and it's going to have a black slip surface on which I'm going to do some white slip decoration, slip trailing. That'll be a future video once I've done a bit of practice, because I have no idea what I'm doing with it. I've never done slip trailing before. What this enforced layoff due to the cancer has done for me, it's given me a sabbatical, whereby I can not worry about making pots that need to sell at shows, because I'm not doing any shows, and it's allowing me to experiment a little bit. So, as with everything in my life, I try and turn every negative that I come across into a positive. If I can find my wire, which is here. Oops. Yeah, if I can find my wire. If I can turn every positive that comes across my life, or comes into my life, into positive, then everything's better. So there we have it. Small plate with a black slip surface. I'll just do you one more. I always like to give you your money's worth. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Really is nice throwing with red earthenware. If you're a beginner or a novice thrower, red earthenware is very good to throw. It's very forgiving. It's quite easy to manipulate. It's very good if you're teaching children, because they don't have the sort of hand strength that an adult has. It's a lot easier for them to learn how to throw without having to battle with the strength aspect. Just compressing it nicely. Sniff. Because I've not been throwing throwing regularly for a few months now, I have to check my levels and my depths. Normally I can do it by feel. It's like muscle memory. I'm just going to trim this first before I throw the rim. I should have done that last time. Makes it easier, because if you're putting a tool underneath and you've got a flattish rim, you're going to push the rim up or cut into this underside here. So if you trim away the bit where the wire's going to go first and then throw your rim, then that makes life a lot easier. A bit wider. It needs to be fairly chunky. Earthenware isn't as robust as stoneware, so if you make things thin, they can break when you bash them or knock them. which I tend to do with virtually everything. So press the base, remove the slurry. I get messages from people asking me about tools. This is just a piece of, I think I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's a piece of wood. I don't think it's ply. Might be a bit of bamboo. It's just cut in a profile. I don't buy tools very much. I tend to make them myself. Then you get exactly what you want. Oh, runny nose, sorry. Strengthen up this rim. Take off the slurry. I'm taking off the slurry so that the slip sticks to it better. And then some slip. What I might do is put these back on the wheel when they're leather hard and put another layer of the slip on. I'm just guessing now, I'm lazy. I try and do things all in one go. But it's looking a bit thin on the edges, so I don't know how they'll turn out. But try a bit more on that edge. So there we have it. Small plates. The temptation to run my fingers through that slip is overwhelming. I'm going to have to move this out of the way. Right, that's that. Well, I'll do a video of the slip trailing when I've practiced. I've never done it before. I've got a slip trailer by a guy named Mark Daly, and I'll discuss him more and show you a link when I've used it. It's supposed to be the best slip trailer going, so and he's a friend. So I've managed to get hold of one of these slip trailers that he sells on his website. I'll put all the links in the next. Well, put the links here, and then put the links in the next one as well. Rambling, aren't I? It's very warm here, very humid, and I'm a bit dehydrated.